Pull up a chair and buckle up. It's the Original Strength BodCast.
Hey guys, and welcome to this week's edition of the Original Strength BodCast. I am your host, Tim Anderson, and today we're going to be talking about crawling. But before we do, something I found that I quite enjoy was from one of you. So I get the majority of my protein from dairy products and eggs. Specifically, I eat a lot of yogurt. And someone wrote in and told me about Costco has an A2 yogurt that I should try. And I tried it, and thank you very much because I do quite enjoy it. So thank you for that. All right, so today's Q&A. I had a writer write in and ask if I could make a video covering all the different ways to crawl. And while I could do that, I could only really cover the ways that I know to crawl. But I'm really particular about how I crawl, and I really only crawl one way, which is butt down below the head, which is like on your hands and knees, and when your knees are elevated. So what I mean is I try to just crawl the way that the human was designed to crawl, like a baby would. Babies crawl on their hands and knees, and then sometimes they elevate their knees and crawl on their hands and feet. But when I crawl, I try to keep the butt down below the head so that I can get all the reflexive postural benefits of crawling. So in today's fitness world, a lot of people talk about the bear crawl. And to me, the bear crawl is a specific type of crawl. Most people, when they talk about hands and feet crawling, they are just talking about, they just call it the bear crawl. But if your butt is below your head, then you're really going to get the restorative benefits of crawling. So when we crawl and when we get on our hands and knees as a child, that's where we reflexively build our posture. We get our cervical curve and a lumbar curve. And that's also where we teach our center stability and strength. And so when we elevate the knees up off the ground, we put more tension on the system. But if we can keep the butt down below the head, we're still reinforcing those reflexive curves in our spine. We're restoring our posture, but we're really demanding, we're asking our center, our core, a huge demand. It has to really reflexively respond when we keep the butt down below the head. If the butt rises up above the head, which is what I call bear crawling, if the butt rises above the head, that means the abs, they've tapped out or they're just off the hook. Either we can't maintain butt down below the head, or we just don't want to go there at all. Either way, it lets your center off the hook. It does put more stress on your shoulders, but now your head is down. It's harder to hold your head up on the horizon. The butt is up in the air, so we're losing that cervical curve and lumbar curve that just really the benefit of the crawling. So in a good, better, best world, bear crawling is still good. The butt is up. We're still on all fours. We're still teaching our shoulders and our hips how to mirror each other. We're still teaching our shoulders how to gain stability and mobility at the same time. So there's benefit there, but we're not getting that reflexive, restorative benefit of posture. So what I call bear crawling is butt up. What I call butt down, I call it leopard crawling and Spider-Man crawling. The difference between the two is leopard crawling, your knees track underneath your torso or inside your elbows. And in Spider-Man crawling, your knees track outside your torso or outside your elbows. Spider-Man crawling is physically easier than leopard crawling because it allows you to cover more ground with each step, but it is neurologically more challenging than leopard crawling. Conversely, leopard crawling is harder than Spider-Man crawling physically, but it is easier on the nervous system. So anyway, I only really crawl one way, which is three ways. I crawl on my hands and knees, I leopard crawl, and I Spider-Man crawl. Outside of that, I am a huge fan of playing with directions. So I'm always going forward, backwards, sideways, spinning in circles, but no matter what direction I'm going in, I'm keeping the butt down below the head. So, and there is benefit, guys, to going in different directions. Like when you go backwards, your little tiny shoulders, your brain tries to make your little tiny shoulders act like your big strong hips. And it tries to make your big strong hips act like your little tiny shoulders. It's really neat. And when you go sideways, well, sideways is just brutal. That's probably the hardest way to crawl when we're just talking about being on a flat surface. Now, if you're looking for the apex of crawling, like the toughest, hardest way that'll just build the body that you've always wanted to have, you need to find a hill. And what you do is you get to the top of the hill and you crawl down it forward. So you're facing the bottom of the hill and you crawl down forward and then you crawl backwards back up the hill. That will make you stronger than you've ever wanted to be. It is simply, it's the bee's knees, or the bee's elbows, whichever. But crawling down a hill is amazing. If you don't have a hill, if you attach a weight to your body like a chain or a sled and you crawl dragging it, you've essentially tried to create a hill. But you also want to do that backwards, because it's the crawling up a hill backwards is really what develops amazing strength throughout your body. Man, you talk about a core workout, it's phenomenal. So if you don't have a hill though, you can strap yourself to a sled or a chain or something that you can drag backwards when you crawl, and that effectively kind of creates a hill for you. Anyway, there are a number of ways to crawl. I don't do the dragon crawl and all the move net crawls or the Edo Portal crawls, specifically because I'm just trying to get the reflexive bang for my buck. I'm trying to build my brain, tie my body together, and get all the wonderful goodness from crawling. There's nothing wrong with those other ways of crawling. They're still good, but for me, in a good, better, best world, I have determined best for me and for most people is probably crawling with your butt down below your head like you're actually designed to do, because the restorative benefits of that are just tremendous. But if you want to try all those other ways, they're great, especially if you're doing it for fun. There's nothing wrong with it at all. So anyway, that's my spill on crawling. I hope that makes sense. Guys, coming up is, well, let's see, May 1st. That's my birthday, big 5-0. And then that's also the day that the pre-sales are supposed to launch for the revised edition of Pressing Reset Original Strength Forever. And also, coming this month, I'm going to be speaking at Summer Strong 18 down in South Carolina with Sorinex. And then immediately following that, I'm flying to Japan to teach a Pro Reset and a OS Performance course. And then I'll be in Las Vegas June 6th and 7th to teach Pro Reset, Pressing Reset, and hang out with Mr. Danjon and do a little coffee talk Q&A with Danjon. Maybe we can actually record a BodCast together while we're there. I'll see what I can do. Anyway, guys, I hope to see you in Vegas. Hope to see you in Japan. That would be wild, wouldn't it? And anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you have a great day. We'll talk to you next time.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Now go, press reset, and then get outside and play.